strength is not, a physical capacity, but it's the indomitable will.
Yes.
And it's about pushing the edges and the limits of people, in their journey.
That's the thing, right? And in society, people view strength as a physical thing.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
But the good thing is now more than ever, people are accepting the fact that no, it's not about that. It's about will.
Your mental will.
The reason why I love fitness and I chose to commit my entire life to it is because this is the catalyst to change. What do we say? We're the catalyst to change in someone's life.
Yes.
You could choose anything else, but this one right here, you can't lie about it.
Remember
the amount of work that you put in, you're going to see in the mirror, you're going to see in yourself, other people are going to see it in your energy and your integrity and your ability to persist in hard times.
Welcome back to Behind the Strength, where we strengthen your health, wealth, and peace of mind, where we improve your health, wealth, and peace of mind.
We also strengthen
you.
And modify.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Carlo. Welcome back to the show.
If you're new to this show, we are entrepreneurs from Toronto, Ontario, in Scarborough. We have a fitness and therapy business, and we've been up for about 8 years, and we started from nothing and made this thing into a multi-million-dollar business.
So we created this podcast because naturally a lot of people look up to us and ask us a lot of questions. So we decided to just make a podcast and address every single thing from fitness, business, relationships, and all that other good stuff because we've been through a lot of shit. And, our knowledge and experience hopefully will help you navigate through your life and help you become successful in life.
Now, if you are if you're returning to this podcast, if there's any topics that you want us to cover, or if you have any questions about past ones, please get to us at
BTS@strengthenyou.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strength-the-N-U.com. You could also hit us up on Instagram at strengthenyou, STRENGTHNU. We were pretty heavy on that, and Facebook as well. So what up? If you're listening and you heard us, if you came from Instagram, thanks for following and listening.
So today we're going to be talking about the lessons that we've learned through our fitness journey that we can apply in everyday life and that we do apply. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to these things. And we just like to share some of the things that we've kind of, enjoyed learning and have gone through in the fitness journey that will definitely be applicable to your everyday life, right?
This is why we opened Strengthen You.
Yeah.
This is actually why we named it Strengthen You.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's there's a whole lot to play onto that. Strengthen
right?
You.
Why did you name it Strengthen You?
Well,
I don't think anybody really knows that.
So it means a few things. It was a play on word for strength and nutrition, to strengthen you, to strengthen oneself, or strength and you, as in what is your definition of strength. I was huge on this Gandhi quote at the time of, strength is not, a physical capacity, but it's the indomitable will.
Yes.
And it's about pushing the edges and the limits of people, in their journey.
That's the thing, right? And in society, people view strength as a physical thing.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
But the good thing is now more than ever, people are accepting the fact that no, it's not about that. It's about will.
Your mental will. It's about
the guys there. I wish we had.
Sure.
What's his name? Nelson Mandela up here. Did we forget? Oh, he's there too.
He is there.
That's right there. Strength for sure.
Exactly.
All these people represent in some way
strength.
Exude strength in their own way, right? Muhammad Ali's there, physical, mental, spiritual strength.
Exactly. So I mean, through the years of hard workouts, pushing yourself to the limits, pushing ourselves to the limits, we figured there's some things that we want to share with the audience here that you can take for your life, right?
And the thing is, people do this and unconsciously, right? They take. What do we always say? Like when clients here or anybody that comes here, when they achieve something like physical, they go on to other things in their life and they pick apart these things that they need to work on. And they realize, shit, okay, I've battled this demon here. I've learned so much from me transferring myself physically.
On another one.
What else could I tackle? And that, I think for me, that's the addictive part here. I love seeing when somebody just, it's like, holy shit, this person's demeanor and the way they're viewing life right now totally changed.
Totally, their projectiles just changed.
It's insane. We see it often.
Like, I think the very first thing that we were saying that we wanted to cover is the discipline portion of it.
Yes.
if you're working out regularly, if you're eating well regularly, there's a discipline to it, and you'll learn to apply that in many other things in life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like to get up and go to the gym every single day may be easy for a lot of people, but in the true term, it's difficult for a lot. And to do that, or to prepare your meals, your healthy meals every single day, or to plan out your day in accordance to your fitness plan, like it's not.
I feel like you're consulting me right now,
Right?
because I'm not doing any of that shit right now.
No, but like I mean, these are things like that disciplinary part of you starts to come
yeah.
about, right?
And the thing is, on top of that, and a key point is, nobody is on you. You have to do it yourself.
You do, no matter what. Even if you have a coach, a trainer, a nutritionist, you still have to hold yourself accountable regardless.
Yeah.
And you have to have a certain level of discipline that you must practice.
You think somebody could get fit without discipline?
There's some people that are naturally fit. Depends on your definition of fit, right?
Oh, yeah, true say.
If there's
Yeah,
fit-looking people that don't
Fit
do
looking.
anything,
Yeah.
that's pretty easy for a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people look fit, right? They
Yeah.
don't do anything. They're not necessarily fit. There's a lot of people, there is definitely a level of physical fitness within different people.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
say for one type of body and one type of conditioning, cardiovascular condition that one has, somebody else has to work twice as hard for.
Sure.
This one may just do a run once a week and a little bit of conditioning every few days. The other person religiously every single day, and they still can't amount to what that person does.
And that
we
person,
see it all the time.
Yeah, the person has to develop way more discipline too.
You do. You develop
Mental
a lot more
discipline,
discipline. It's a
right?
lot of mental discipline. It's a discipline of saying no to other things in life and at certain moments.
So my question to you is: do you think someone who has a hard time or has zero discipline, do you think they could develop it?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Of course you can definitely develop it, and you develop it little by little. And how you do that is the habitual things that you do on a single basis every single day. So meaning if you're going to get up and let's just say you're going to go to work or whatever, are you going to park to the closest parking spot, or are you going to park in the furthest one and kind of walk? Are you going to choose to go straight to the bar or back home on your couch after work, or are you going to choose to go to the gym and jump on a treadmill and maybe lift some weights for about 45 minutes before you go home?
Yeah.
Right? It's the selections of, it's the choices that you make in a single day that will become your habit.
And by the way, it's not like, you're in your head, it's going to be a clear-cut decision. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym right away. Like, I know I'm going to go to the gym. There's going to be times, and there's going to be a lot of times where you're like, shit, should I go to the gym? Should I make that left turn or make that right turn?
Every day you're going to be faced with that, especially for the first while.
Yeah, don't get that misunderstood.
That never goes away.
Yeah, it never goes away. Like, you will have those inner conflicts, but the discipline comes from you saying yes all the time to what you know you have to do.
Which leads to like number 2 point is you learn to develop a zone, what we call it the zone, right? So like an athletic zone, a runner's high they call it, or a focus. Like it's a focal point, the ability to focus on something and kind of get your mind wrapped around it and to just solely focus on accomplishing that.
To be present in that moment.
Yeah, you learn
For
to
example,
develop
so
that.
in the gym, what do you mean, say, so then we translate it up to regular life. So in the gym,
Let's talk about a runner's high, for example. Very common one. A lot of people have either experienced it or whatever. You've gone on for well over 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and your body's clearly needing oxygen, needing water. But you develop a zone in focus that I just want to extend this further. I want to push my heart a little further. I want to see how much better I can do. And you're just solely focused on your body actually connecting to the ground and to the treadmill, and you're running and feeling the breathing, the exhaustion. Right? Yeah, it's weird? A focus. It's a zone in that you can't get because you're almost like in a high. It's the same pleasure sensor. It's the same pleasure sensors that you get from getting high off drugs. It's the same fucking shit.
Yeah, you're right. Because
off eating good, succulent food and scrumptious food, it's the same thing.
Come to think about it, I don't know if this happens to you. When I'm running, there's a certain point where you feel okay, in the beginning part. And then you hit this portion where you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Right? That for me, that lasts about 5 to 7 minutes, that at the 20-minute mark.
And a lot of people can't push through that.
But that's what
5 to 7 minutes.
After that, though, that's when that euphoric feeling kicks in. You're like, shit, I don't want to stop right now. I'm actually, the last 5, 7, or even 10 minutes of my 30-minute run is totally just like, the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
And I don't. It's hard to tell people.
You can't explain that
because you're so, like you said, you're so focused and zoned in, and nothing else matters.
You're in the zone.
Yeah.
It's like when Jordan's in the zone, was in the zone. It's like when Kobe was in the zone. It's you're just in that moment. Being in the zone, just to I guess clarify it to people, is you're legitimately in that moment. There is nothing else you're thinking of. When when you watch boxers fighting or UFC guys fighting, they're in that moment. Because if they're not, they're gonna get knocked out.
Yes.
You are so, by every movement in front of you, you're reacting to. Your body is not only reacting on a physical level, it's reacting on an emotional level, right? Because you can get emotional about somebody trying to come at you and hit you.
Absolutely.
You can, or you can let emotions say, "Oh my God, I'm getting scared here," or "I'm getting tired," and you start mentally beating yourself up. So there's a whole lot in there.
Well,
so
you have to have that edge too.
Yeah.
To be able to mentally even control your breathing and heart rate at a moment of super stress, right? I think that's the focus too. Like understand, like you need extreme focus in those situations. I remember when I was fighting, like your brain just goes into like fight or flight mode. But the ones who actually win
that fight,
they acknowledge it, but then they start controlling. You start
controlling.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna die.
No,
relax,
I'm okay
body.
right now.
You trained for this. Don't just go back to your your routine. You've done this a million times in practice. So
you just led into our third fact. It's a self-consciousness. You learn to develop the self-consciousness about yourself, and it's when I say self-consciousness, in a way that you learn to make decisions. You don't learn to so much just react, but you're making decisions as you're going along the way. Because it's kind of like, hey, I'm going out to dinner with my friends. Am I going to choose this type of meal, like the salad with the chicken breast, or am I going to choose the pasta with the extra cheese and the extra ground beef and meatball, whatever, right? You learn to stop and be conscious about your decisions, because you have to be placing that as you're working out.
I think the reason why that too happens, that those decision-making processes become stronger, is because when you start to make the right, quote unquote, right decisions, because you've always made the shit decisions, right? Like,
of course.
I'm just gonna have this pizza and chicken wings that everyone's having, like me yesterday. Shit. But then when you continuously choose, okay, I'm just gonna eat healthy meals for this week, and then you start seeing the results from that decision, that now reaffirms the progress. It reaffirms in your mind that, holy shit, you know what? This other decision that I could have made my entire life but chose not to.
Exactly.
Is worth it.
And the whole point is you start to realize, damn, these are all decisions that I make. Every outcome that I have in front of my face right now was because, this is a little deeper than, I wanted to go into this, but every outcome that I have in front of me right now essentially was because of my choice.
Absolutely.
No bullshit, it was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Everything.
If I am sulking right now in my fat, in my unfit state, it's because I've had decision after decision of bad practices happening.
It's a small little decision
that
man. You just throw
I
off
decided to turn off to the gym, or turn off to home,
or
instead of the gym, or fucking Dairy Queen instead of the gym. Like that, you're gonna,
dude.
It'll sum up eventually.
Two nights ago.
Oh my God, am I calling this guy out right now?
Right? Are we in therapy right now? All right, I'm gonna change my ways.
Damn it,
bro.
I'm gonna change. I swear I'm gonna change.
I swear to God, 2 nights ago. Listen, I'm going to Barbados in end of this month, right? So I'm trying to be rich,
Here we
right?
go.
2 nights ago, I ate. Well, I went to that teriyaki place across the street, brown rice, chicken, all that stuff, right? Last meal was 7 o'clock. I came home. I was hungry, so I ate some beef jerky. Beef jerky as a snack is actually pretty good. It's not bad, right? And then I opened a cupboard and I saw cookies. And then I opened it again 20 minutes later, and for some reason, an hour later, 3 rows were gone.
Oh, wow.
So
very nice.
And now I feel
rows.
Rows, not cookies.
Rows.
I don't even want to tell you how many cookies were per row. But like you said,
it's about 120 calories per cookie or more.
Right? So I get what you mean by those small decisions.
So
really
did you
affect.
see where the decision making went wrong? You identify that?
I think I should have ate closer later on, a bit later, I think, my dinner. It was
Yeah.
too early.
So it was the earlier
Bad
decisions that
decision.
affected that
Bad decision.
decision.
I feel fat now because of it.
Okay, so which leads us to the next point. You got to push yourself further, and when you do that, you apply that in your workouts. You push yourself further, and you actually learn to push yourself a little bit further in life.
This is the big thing.
That is huge.
A lot of people who we sit down with in the consult before they start this journey, like how many of them just lack the ability to go all in on what they're doing?
Yes.
I don't think they realize. Most people don't realize how much actual work it takes to transform your body.
Of course. Yeah.
But then when that hits you right in your face and you start putting yourself through that, you start realizing everything else is very similar. Everybody thinks running a business or opening a business is, oh yeah, I know it's hard. But then when they get into it, they come back to me and they're like, everybody who tries to open a business and I sit down with and I tell them how hard it's going to be, they come back and like, holy fuck, it's actually super hard. It's super hard.
Of course.
We've experienced it a lot here because we are where we are today a lot, and we're very relatable. You're tatted all over the place. We like to have fun and joke around.
Yeah.
A lot of people think this shit's easy.
It's not.
Like,
it's definitely not.
Right? And they don't realize that you have to stretch yourself physically, mentally, emotionally.
This
is the UFC of...
You literally have to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for every type of energy you encounter that day, every type of person you encounter, every comment, because not every comment's going to be a good one. No. And that's definitely... And to be honest with you, a lot of times it's not so good.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to use that and bounce back from it and kind of be like, hey, they're not just talking about me. They're saying something to you for a reason.
Yeah.
So it does teach you to push yourself a little bit harder. And we've learned to do that in business because of all the years of hard training. It definitely adds up to it, right? It definitely helps.
And to relate to the gym, sometimes when you have a good PR one week and the next week you still feel good, you're like, fuck, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
I can't even push a fraction of what I did last time.
Yes.
Right. So again, you're going through the emotional ups and downs. Yeah. Like, fuck, your body's telling you something, trying to figure that out and then pushing past that. I always tell people like the scariest thing in the world to me back in the day was putting like 400 pounds on my back and squatting that shit.
Yes.
Like you do that to yourself.
Yes.
You put yourself in actual like real danger.
Yeah.
Squatting and all that shit doesn't make sense.
You'll be very in the moment.
It doesn't make sense, right? It's the most dangerous fucking thing that you could do to yourself for what, right?
Yeah.
But I always tell people like if you don't go through that, and if you go through that and you come through the other end and you squat and you actually get that rep, your whole life changes. To me, that changed my life. Putting that much weight on yourself.
It's a great thing that I like how you said and you come out from the other end. It's kind of like when you speak about what else you take from fitness into life is that goal setting aspect.
Yes.
I want to squat 300 pounds by this date. I am squatting 225 right now.
Yes.
Or I am 225 pounds with 15% body fat. I want to be 195 at 10% body fat. You start to, not even just the particulars, but you can actually start to goal set and create a timeline.
Why is that important?
It's important in life in general. For fitness, because where do you know where you're going if you don't have a goal? You're not really going anywhere. If you're going right now to go and purchase something and whatever, your goal is to go to the mall and whatever, you still have a goal of something.
Yeah.
Now, if you're just going to go around aimlessly, you're just going to end up anywhere, right? But when you goal set, you actually specify the fact that I'm after this thing by this time. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and you start to actually create a plan that you could follow through with it.
Yeah.
And when you start to, because essentially, when you start your fitness journey, you should have a goal to start.
You should.
And that goal comes from a very vague place to more specific the more you go along. It doesn't have to be that specific immediately, but you'll soon realize that if you're going through your journey, you're going to get a lot more specific.
Yeah, you get what you measure. That's
exactly, you get what you measure, right?
Just like in life.
Exactly, yeah.
Like our business
if my bank account has this much money now, it has $50. I want it to have $500 by the end of the year or by the end of the month.
Yeah.
Right? There's a measure. So, you start to be able to do that in fitness. You can do that with a lot of things, such as your bank account, such as your personal life, such as, right? Like, what is your goal for your relationship?
your relationship goals too.
What are your relationship goals? Where do you wish to take this relationship to the next level? What does that next level look like? And by when do you want that by?
Yeah.
Because until you've gone through it physically for yourself, and we say physically because it has to happen with yourself first, you cannot fucking goal set for anything else in your damn life.
No, it starts.
I swear to God, that's full.
In anything.
You know what I mean? If you can't, and that's why we say fitness and wellness is a great place to start. Because if you can't apply these things to yourself, don't even think of selling me bullshit. Don't think of selling me insurance. Don't think of making me, to your multi-level marketing thing. I'm going off on a tangent right now, but it's true though.
You don't want that black BMW, bro?
You don't even have the discipline for yourself, right? You don't.
I have an opportunity for you.
Does it involve 3 rolls of cookies? Right? Right? So, I mean, and a lot of that, and a lot of those people who succeed, and a lot of people who succeed in the fitness have to have persistence, which is our next point. Persistence is massive. Like when you're not seeing that scale drop, it becomes a little weary and you start to doubt yourself. Am I doing enough? Should I do more cardio? Should I not eat? Am I not eating well enough? You get pretty upset at yourself. You got to persist through that.
A lot of people lack that, man. And it's sad to see. We see it every single day.
See a lot of people drop off every single day.
Oh man, if you just pushed a little bit further, you could have got, just past that wall, right? Like that, there's always barriers that are going to happen.
Yes.
In any, say, video games, after every level, there's a boss.
Yeah.
You don't just pass the level and then that's it.
Yeah.
Why do you think that happens? Because it's a reflection of our life.
Yeah.
When you get to a certain level, you suck. You start succeeding. You get better. You get better. You get better.
Yes.
And oh shit, there's a boss at the end of that level. Of course.
Yeah. It's kind of like they're like little mini exams. Yeah. Little mini exams.
Like school.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like school. You learn math. Oh shit. Okay. I'm understanding how to 1 + 1 = 2 and all that shit. Oh damn, I got a test next month on the shit that I learned.
If there's one thing that you learn from school is that through life you're gonna have tests all the time.
But wait, now after that test, then you learn you have the aptitude of that knowledge base.
Yes.
Now you take that knowledge base and then move on to the next level.
Yes.
So you accumulate. It's not like you lose.
No,
that's
you never
the accumulation
lose.
of knowledge, self-confidence.
Yes.
Having that vigor to pass through anything.
Yeah.
And then you start expecting it now instead of, letting it break you down. You start expecting, okay, when's my test coming? And then you recognize, oh shit, this is a test.
Yeah, you actually start to push for it.
Yeah.
Like
okay, I'm ready
your
for
persistence. Now you're actually persistent. Yeah.
But your ability to figure yourself out, to recognize what's plateauing you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe you're overtraining. We have that. We had that experience before. Oh, I'm putting everything in there. I'm putting hours and hours and hours of work into the gym. Maybe that's why you're still fat, right? Because your body is so stressed right now that it's not allowing you to get further.
Well, that's a mental blockage.
And then when you say, okay, reduce it by 25% and relax.
Oh, no, they won't be able.
But when you do that,
but when you do that, now
I dropped 5 more pounds.
Yes.
That's your ability to figure that out, because your equation, the way you get to your answer, is going to be different than everybody else's. And I think that's part of that persistence, to be like, okay, my story is different than Christian's story.
Yeah.
Like he took this route to go there, but that's not my story. I have to go this way.
That's not my route.
And I'll meet him there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta change the path to meet somebody at where they are.
Yeah.
And that's part of the persistence.
Yes.
Right? Understanding like, hey,
that is part of the process.
That's the part of the process.
Yeah.
Right?
Persistence is pushing through that process and seeing it to the end.
Yeah.
Just like anything else. And when you apply that in a fitness goal, man, you're more likely to apply that in every aspect of your life.
If you've ever, so back at the gym, if you ever train with somebody who has a different body than you, Brian and Akil, if they train together, it's a totally different fucking story.
Yeah.
They're squatting a different way.
Yes.
They're benching a different way.
Yep.
They could bench together.
Yes.
But they'll bench
just in a different way. Different way. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they'll have both
neither
different
is
sticking
wrong.
points. They'll have different sticking points.
And
which
neither
is
is
very
wrong.
interesting.
Exactly.
Right?
So everybody's journey is a little different. So that's you got to persist through it. And that's a big thing, right?
Yeah.
When you learn that in fitness, you will definitely start to apply that.
Absolutely.
In your life, right?
Yep.
A big thing too that you do learn is you start to actually change the way you see yourself. So your posture changes. Never noticed when somebody starts working out, all of a sudden they start to walk up a little bit, a little wide lat syndrome, high chest, barrel chest, But it's your self-confidence starts to change.
Yeah.
And that does a lot for every aspect in your life. Your social life massively.
Oh yeah, man. When you walk in a room and
when you
the
walk in a room,
different,
you just command respect, and your energy is up there, and you just exude self-confidence. It's seen, it's shown, right? And you know what? Working out and getting fit in general gets you there.
Yes.
It gets you that. It helps to enhance that. Somebody with a low self-confidence I'm not saying that shit's ever going to go away, but it'll definitely enhance your everyday living and the way you see yourself.
But the question is, why do you get self-confidence? And sometimes it's not even just the way you look.
Oh, it's breaking through plateaus and breaking through. Yeah. It's being able to persist. It's knowing that I did this when it was almost an impossible thing a year ago.
Yeah. And then you actually, like, even if you're not getting bigger or whatever, you walk.
You walk differently, right? For a person that could barely walk 10 feet a year ago, and now they're climbing a mountain and hiking for an hour, that is a massive accomplishment.
Yeah.
And that alone should help boost your self-confidence, because I know a lot of people out there with that same goal, and it happened.
Well, it's like,
and they start walking differently, man.
It's like in the dating game, if you never really interacted with people, the opposite sex and stuff like that, you start doing so, and they start accepting you. You know what I mean? When they start having conversations with you and you get compliments, you start walking differently too.
Of course.
You walk into a bar totally different.
You do. Yeah, you do. You walk with a little
bit more
pep to your stuff,
like,
right?
Yeah. Okay, people actually like me.
Yeah, a little swag. Yeah, for sure. You definitely, and you start to accept yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we goddamn know well that a lot of people have a lot of things inside themselves, whether they'd like to admit it or not, that they don't accept.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. I don't give a shit who you are.
The reflection of how you treat people and your energy is a reflection of just yourself.
And especially how you're feeling at that point in time about yourself.
Yeah.
So
we get a lot of that shit.
Fucking right you do. Right?
But you got to be understanding.
When I'm angry at myself, I start to lash out. I fucking know that.
Yeah.
I know that about myself. You know, so right, it's that stuff changes as you start to get to the habits of working out and whatnot. That stuff changes. The way you perceive yourself, therefore the way you perceive others it changes, right?
Yeah, you start having like you're operating through intention now.
Intention, and you know what? And that's the last point that we were going to cover today is integrity. You know, I can't say this for every single person that gets fit, but a lot of times it helps to develop a person's integrity.
Yes.
Because now, if you say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds by the end of this 6 months, by September, I'm going to be 20 pounds fitter, 20 pounds lighter, right? And you actually go and do that. That boosts your integrity with people.
Huge.
That boosts your integrity with yourself.
It should actually, but
it should. It should boost your integrity.
Yeah. It should boost your integrity.
Period. And especially with yourself, because now you're kind of giving yourself, hey man, I can back up my words.
Yes, that confidence.
That's what it is. I can back up my words. I can back up what I say. That goes miles ahead in life.
Yeah.
Every aspect. Because then you're going to start doing that in your career. You're going to start going to your boss and you're going to be like, listen, you want me to do what? 20 closes today or this month? I'm going to do 50 closes this month.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start,
and then everything all the stuff that we talked about earlier on,
that starts to come into play.
Of
course.
You guys see how this comes full circle. It's not just one thing. It's a multitude.
You start taking your husband or your wife and you actually sit them down and you say, what do you want for yourself? What kind of standard of life do you want?
Yeah.
And what do we have to do to get there?
Yeah.
Number one, do we have to start fucking spending more time together? Number two, do I have to work more so that we can get that extra little bit, or that you have to work more?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that, all that stuff comes into play.
Everything comes into play.
Yeah.
Man. Everything here. This is why I encourage everybody. Even if you're, if you just walk, if you do something small.
Yeah.
Push yourself.
Move your body around.
Move your body. Like, experience it for yourself. The reason why I love fitness and I chose to commit my entire life to it is because this is the catalyst to change. What do we say? We're the catalyst to change in someone's life.
Yes.
You could choose anything else, but this one right here, you can't lie about it.
Remember,
with the amount of work that you put in, you're going to see in the mirror, you're going to see in yourself, other people are going to see it in your energy and your integrity and your ability to persist in hard times.
And we're not telling people go and friggin' bodybuild, go and weight train, go and to a fight, and we want you to flex your muscles, extend your muscles, feel what your body feels like when it's under intense, stress.
Go through the burn.
Go through it. Yeah, that's what we want you to feel, right?
It's not a bad thing. Feel that burn.
Feel what it feels like to stand on one leg for 2 minutes.
Sure. The next day you feel
you're
fucking
gonna
tight
feel
and you're
amazing.
in pain.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're trying to say, right?
Yes.
Go cycle up a hill as hard as you can and do that 10 times over. Feel that.
Yeah, man.
and you will reap these rewards. Everything that we're speaking about, when you feel this shit, it starts to be something that you can actually use in every aspect of your life.
And that's what we're going to challenge you here today. If you're already doing this in fitness, what else, if you haven't done so already, pick apart your entire life and see how you could use this and use it as a vehicle to everything else.
And you know what? Actually, this is for everybody that's listening to this. Share if you can, please share with us your experiences of what you've learned from fitness that you're applying to your life now.
Yeah, please.
We'd definitely like to hear that.
Yeah.
So they can email us at
bts@strengthenu.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strength-n-u.com. We'd like to hear your story.
Yeah,
I'd
we
love
want to hear your story.
man.
So please email us that. Leave us some comments or
hit us up on Instagram,
hit us
Facebook,
up. Yeah.
YouTube. We're here.
Yeah.
We'd love to connect with you guys and hear your story, man. And we'll shout you out too.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. I'm Christian.
I'm Carlo.
Bang.
Cheers.